Add link. I need a post-it note. Put it in my phone, alert in my phone. Yeah, I need you guys, like, as soon as we start class, somebody send me a message, say, record, Miss Carson. So that way I can remember to press the record button. My memory is good, but not great. Especially when I don't get my sleep like I need.
You want me to go ask them?
No, I'm not gonna go back. No, I'm not. We just have to deal with it for today, because it's normally quiet over here. All right. Got this one? So again, think about it as this is the equation. You're gonna plug it into this equation, okay? So our first one would be x minus, and then this is a -4. So that's why it ends up being the opposite sign, okay? Plus y minus -2 equals 5 squared, which is gonna be the 25. Okay, and I don't want to leave it like this. I would actually write an x plus 4. So just think about it when you're plugging it back in, it's gonna be the opposite. Okay, y plus 2 equals 25. If I get that. So Phoenix. All right, how about this one? Somebody want to give me this one? Right from there, so I want to do this one. All right, Casey said x squared plus y minus 1 squared equals 4. Perfect. Now, if you wanted to write x minus 0 and put that in squared, that is fine, but just know this means the same thing, okay? Everybody get that? All right, so you might think, oh, circles are so easy, right? They feel pretty easy. Well, they get a little bit more difficult, okay? Oh, I do want to mention intercepts. So there are intercepts in circles. Okay, you can still have like this one is x-intercept. You can have 2 x-intercepts here, and you have 2 y-intercepts. So this will be at 3 and -3, and then 3 and -3 on the y as well. Now, can you find the x-intercepts and the y-intercepts from a circle if I give you guys an equation of a circle? Can you do that? You should be able to, because we know how to find those. Should have those. Well, let's say I give you guys this equation, x plus 3 squared plus y minus 2 squared equals 16. And I want you to find the x and y intercepts. Okay. Out in here, I swear, the gnats have been terrible the last couple weeks. Are they like that at y'all's house? It's like really bad. Like, we didn't walk outside.
I don't have gnats spots.
Flies, just regular flies.
They're everywhere.
Yeah.
They're everywhere.
The gnats are bad, but ours. You're just swarmed by them.
You think that since it's getting cold, they would die, but no.
Yeah.
But no, they got there.
Well, it's been hot the last week. Hopefully it's getting ready to get cooler, so I'm hoping they'll be And it's getting ready to be really windy too, so.
Yeah.
And we've had, a middle one plays soccer over in Greenville, and there's been yellow jackets everywhere. I don't know if they're coming from the ground, but. And of course, they always have one of those little icy trucks there.
That's good.
Yeah, so like this sugar, like he said, they're swarming his truck because, it's just sugar and ices. This dye, whatever, filling, so. All right, we ready? So how do I find the x-intercept? Let's go back over this. You guys gotta be able to spit this out. What do I do? X-intercept means what? Yes. So where there's a y, I'm gonna plug in 0. So you get x plus 3 squared plus 0 minus 2 squared equals 16. This would be negative 2 squared, which is what? 4. I'm gonna rewrite this up here so I have a little bit more space and y'all can see it a little better. All right, so we have this. I'm gonna move the 4 over. We have x plus 3 squared equals 12. All right, now how do I solve this? If I remember. The easiest way to solve this. The square root method, I don't care if y'all know what it's called. But when you take that, it's gonna give you x plus 3 equals, this is technically a plus or minus square root of 12, and this is the part that people forget when they do this. And so you end up with subtract 3, you end up with an x equals negative 3 plus or minus the square root of 12. It's gonna end up being a decimal number, but I'm okay if we leave it like that. So technically it would be a negative 3 plus the square root of 12.
And take out the square root.
You can simplify the square root of 12. How would I do that? I want two numbers that multiply to give me 12, so it's gonna be a 4 and a 3.
And then it would be 2.
And so the 2, so technically it would be negative 3 plus or minus the square root, 2 to the square root of 3. Technically, this is the most simplified mathematical answer that you will get. Now, if you give me a decimal, fine with that, okay? If you did it in the calculator, I think I have my calculator in here somewhere. It would be negative 3 plus the square root of 12 in the calculator, which is this is 0.464. And then negative 3 minus the square root of 12 would be negative 6.46. If you gave me those two answers, I would be totally fine with it. And let's say you have a hard time reducing it and your answers are in that form, still convert them to decimals and you can still get your answers if it's multiple choice. So that's the x-intercept. So if I graphed it, it would be something like here and we gotta find the y-intercept. I should have graphed. All right, so y-intercept, what are we gonna do? X equals 0, good. So this time I'm gonna do 0 plus 3 squared plus y minus 2 squared equals 16. So it'll be 3 squared plus y minus 2 squared equals 16. This will be 9. I'm going to subtract the 9. What, 7? Okay, so again, I'm going to solve this the same way. I'm going to square root, y minus 2 equals a plus or minus square root of 7. Add the 2, and you end up with a 2 plus or minus the square root of 7. Y'all checking me on those? Okay, so that would be 2 plus the square root of 7. So one answer would be 4.66, 4.46. 2 minus the square root of 7 would be negative 0.66. So, I'm way off on that graph here. This would be 4, 1, 2, 3, 4 here. And this does not look like a circle at all. Okay. Not worth that. Ah. Okay. Anyway, I think that's right. Okay, now where it gets more difficult is let's say we don't have it in this form and it's all multiplied out. Okay, you're gonna have to be able to get it back into this form in order to graph it. So the other form is called general form. And we're gonna have to do something called completing the square. Have you guys heard of that before? And people have a hard time with that sometimes, but it's the same process every time. So hopefully it'll be a review. All right, so this is the general form. Really, all this is, guys, is if you multiply all this stuff out. Okay? But I'm not having the H and the K's in there right now. I'm just looking at this from a regular number standpoint, because the H and the K's is when we use our actual center stuff. But you'll see what I'm talking about just a minute. General form is always going to be equal to 0. And you have everything on one side. Notice, you have an AX and a BY. So what one would look like, let me give you one. Let's say I give you guys X squared, Y squared plus 4X minus XY plus 2 0. So this is an example of one that looks like in general form. If I give you guys, and I want you guys to find the center and the radius, you're gonna have to be able to go from this form and put it in this form. And the only way you're gonna be able to do that is you're gonna have to complete the square. Trying to think, I don't have enough space here. Everybody have this part written down?
Yeah.
Okay. Everybody in hers, but have this part written down, because I'm gonna erase this and put this up here at the top, so I have plenty of room. I'm gonna write here, I'll write the standard form over here. All right, so again, I want to put this in this type of form. And the only way that we're going to do that is by being able to complete the square. Because when I complete the square, it makes it a perfect factorial. And then when you factor it, it'll end up looking like this. So you have to add things to the equation to make it look like this. So the first step you're going to do is you're always going to go ahead and group your x's together. So I have x squared plus 4. I'm just rewriting this. And then I'm gonna put my y's together, y squared minus 6y. You see what I'm doing? I'm just grouping them together. And then your constant, which is that c value, you're gonna go ahead and move to the other side, because that's gonna end up being a part of your radius. So I'm gonna subtract 12 So I end up with a negative 12. Everybody see what I'm doing? And I'm gonna leave a little bit of space here, a little bit of space here, because I'm gonna have to complete the square. So again, I just grouped my x's kind of together. I moved and grouped my y's, and I moved my constant value that doesn't have a variable to the other side. Because I want to think about it, you want the constant over here, because that's going to end up being your radius. All right, now we're going to do something called complete the square. And again, why do we do this? We do this so that I end up getting a polynomial that has a perfect factorial, so that when I factor it, I get this, okay? So you take you want to add something here, and you want to add a number here that makes this factor into a perfect factorial. And if you add a number here and add a number here, you also have to add those same numbers here and here. Because you don't want to change your equation, right? Whatever you add to one side must be added to the other. So again, we'll add the same number here. This number, whatever you get here, is going to go here. Whatever you get here is going to go here. I'm doing 2 arrows for that, okay? Because they might not be the same number. So to complete the square, what you do is this is what you do every time. These are the rules. You take this middle term, 4, and you divide by 2. So middle term, divide by 2. And then you are going to square, once you do that, 4 divided by 2 is 2, and then you are going to square it. Okay, then square. All right, so this is the number, 4 is a number that's going to go up here in this box. And again, what did we say? We said whatever goes in this box will also go in this box. Because whatever you add to an equation, you also have to add to the other equation because we don't want to change it. All right, the same thing for this one. See our middle term here? -6. I'm going to divide it by 2, which is -3, and then I'm going to square it. -3 squared is 9. Take 9 and add it over here. Y'all getting this? Have y'all done this before?
I haven't done this in a long time.
I think you would have done it math 3, maybe? Probably? No? You don't remember doing this? Did y'all do circles?
I remember square, but I don't remember doing the square, moving the square a lot, because I think we just got really mad at this.
Yeah, people don't like this.
I think because my mom's relearning all of this. stuff
Uh-huh,
with
she's
me.
teaching it to you. Yeah. People don't like this stuff, I can tell.
Yeah, she was relearning everything with me, so,
Well, once you usually get it one time, you kind of get it after that. And it's the same process every time. So you guys see why I did this now is when you factor this factors 2, and it's always going to be this number, this x plus 2 squared. That's what it factors to, which is what we wanted, okay? Yeah, and Latrell said I used the box method to complete. Yeah, you can actually factor this using the box, but the shortcut is it's always going to factor to give you this number that you divide by 2. It's always going to be that number. So this one is going to be this number, y minus 30 squared. And again, -3 times -3 gives you 9. -3 plus -3 gives you -6. Okay, same thing. 2 times 2 is going to give you 4. 2 plus 2 is going to give you 4. So I factored, and then for your R value, you add up all these numbers on that side, which is going to give us what? It's -12 plus 4 plus 9. Going to give us 1, yes. Okay, so now we have it in our standard form, our center radius form, and you guys can easily tell me what is the center? What is the center?
-2, 3.
-2, +3. And what is my radius? What is the square root of 1? 1. So if I graph that, -2, +3 is here. And then I'm going to go right 1, up 1, left 1, down. I have a little bitty circle. I don't know if you can do this on, can you graph circles on different ones? You tried that, Colin?
Yeah, which, looking,
It's not gonna give you the exact. Let's see, let's try it. I'm gonna try Desmos. I'm gonna share screen. Let's see if this does it on Desmos.
it's not when you do like the middle one.
Uh-huh, yeah, that's what I was thinking too. Now, on a graphing calculator, you would have to solve that for y, which makes it really difficult. So I do think you really do need to know how to do this. I mean, now, are you ever gonna have to create a circle in real life? Probably not. Probably not. But for the sake of passing 171 and then going to 172, you need to know how to do this. If you were at the conic sections, like in 172, when I say conic sections, I mean 3D shapes. So like a cone, ellipse, hyperbola, parabola that's in a 3D shape, a sphere, you would have to know how to do all this stuff too. You would do it again, pretty much. All right, let's try it. Let's see if it does X squared plus Y squared. Okay, it did do that. Now, if I plot that there, yeah, I won't really, I mean, you can look at this and tell that obviously this one's the center is 0, and then you would count over
The 3.
3, and that would give you the radius. Now let's try typing in this one and see if it does anything. X squared plus Y squared. What is it? Plus
4y, I mean
4x
4x
minus
minus 6y
plus 4x minus 6y
plus 12 equals 0.
12.
Oh,
Oh, it did. Look at that. How about that?
tiny little circle.
I wish you would be able to just put the point up here and find the center. But you can still kind of see that it's at -2, 3, right? And then the radius is 1. So, I mean, could use this to check your answer anyway, right? Just not, I wish, like, you would think it would give you a little point on it, like it does the other. But I mean, some questions are gonna actually ask you to find this, so you still need to know how to do this, okay? But you could work backwards and find the center and then the radius and then plug it in that equation. So, all right, y'all wanna try one of these on your own? Yeah, no,
Probably necessary. Very Halloween.
all right, let's do another one. All right, now I will also say, if the number in the front of the X, if there's a number there, you're gonna have to get rid of that first. So for example, I'm gonna give you guys this one, 2x squared plus, and also if it's a circle, that they're gonna have the same. These numbers, if it is a circle, which these, we are doing our circles, they're always gonna have the same number there. Okay? So it's gonna have the same number, same sign. So this one, before you have to complete the square, you have to get rid of this 2, because you're not gonna be able to complete the square unless it's a coefficient of 1. So we could divide this whole thing by what? 2 by 2. And so it works out nicely, because again, in order for this to be a circle, they're gonna be the same. So this would end up being x squared plus 4x plus y squared equals 0. And then we can complete the square. So I would add the box here and add the box here. Now, do I have to do anything for this one? Do I need to add anything?
No.
No, because what is this value gonna be?
Wow, sure.
Y equals 0. Yeah, this value is gonna be 0, so we don't have to do anything with that one. So you guys just need to complete the square on this one, okay? I'll give y'all a few minutes to try. Remember, this is the rules. You take the middle term, which is what on this one? 4. And then you divide it by 2, and then you square it. And that is going to be the number that goes in the boxes. All right, so I take 4, divided by 2 is 2. We square it, we get 4. 4 is what I'm adding to both sides. Everybody get this? All right, now how do I factor this? This is going to become what?
You know, X plus 2 squared.
X plus 2 squared. It's always the number that you divide by 2. So it'll be that number. Then I have plus y squared. If you wanted to put y plus 0 squared, if you wanted to put that, you can, equals 4. So now you can easily tell me what is my center going to be. Yeah, I'm gonna put like white. Simply that's, what's my center?
Negative 2, 0.
Negative 2, 0. And my radius is at 2. Getting it? All right, let's do one more. I'm gonna give you a little bit more difficult one. Look.
Excuse me, did you say? Casey,
Did you say difficult? Yeah, a little bit more difficult. All right, let's see. Let's see how you do. X squared. Casey, I know you got it though, because you're the first one to always give me the answers, so. Now you can figure it out. All right, here we go. X squared. I didn't do this one, did I?
No,
Okay. X squared plus y squared plus 4x plus 2y minus 20. I want you guys to put that in center or standard form. I keep on calling it center radius. It just makes sense to call it center radius to me, but the book calls it standard form. So I want you to put it, so that means you're gonna have to move things, complete the square, and get it in that form. So go for it. Got it. So remember, first thing to do is to rewrite it so you have your x's side by side and your y's side by side, and then move that constant value over to the right. Everybody done? Thursby, y'all got it? All right, let's see how we do. So go ahead and rewrite it as this. I like to go ahead and write my little boxes. I'm gonna do my X's, and then I'm gonna do my Y's. Little box, and we put an arrow here, 2 arrows on this one. And then I'm gonna move this 20 over, so plus 20, and then I'm gonna do my 2 boxes. That's what I'm gonna have to add. Do 1 arrow here and 1 arrow here, okay? So technically, I'm complete the square twice, and whatever you add here, you gotta add on the other side. So again, looking at this is gonna end up being a nice quadratic, okay? I'm gonna complete the squares. I'm gonna take the middle term 4. I'm gonna divide it by 2. 4 divided by 2 gives me 2. Then I square it, it becomes 4. This is the number you add here. Whatever you add here must be added here. Everybody did this correct? Okay. Next one, I take 2, which is my middle term. I divide it by 2. You get 1. You square it. 1 will go here, and it will go here. Everybody with me? All right. Now is where we just factor. All right. What are 2 numbers that multiply to give me 4, but add to give me 4? It's going to be 2. So this is going to be x plus 2 squared. Plus, what are 2 numbers that multiply to give me 1, but add to give me 2? Y plus 1 squared equals 20 plus 4 plus 1, 25. So far, can you guys nice problems? So my center is what?
Center is
Um,
negative 2, negative 1.
-2, -1, and my radius is 5. Right, got that?
Sorry, I was going up. And then I realized I messed up when I accidentally.
Where'd you mess up at?
At actually writing the standard form.
Oh, okay. So you wrote it opposite.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't write it opposite. Don't think about opposite until the very end, when you're pulling it out. Okay, the only other problem I didn't really go over, if I give you guys a center and then I give you a point on the graph, can anybody tell me how they would figure that out? If I gave you, let's say the center was 2, 3, and then I said a point on the graph is 3, 6. Hold on. I got one already right now. 1, -2. This is the center. And then the point is at 4, -2. There we go. Could you find the equation from that? Right? Think about it. And again, draw with it. If it's not making sense to you, draw it out. Graph it.
I grabbed.
All right, so if I graph this, 1, -2 is here, 4, -2 is here. This is the center, this is a point on the edge. So the only thing I need for my equation is what?
The center and radius.
The center and the radius. We have the center,
And you need the
and
radius.
then we need the radius. So this was a nice one because it's just nice and neat. Now, if you had one that I gave you up here, you would actually have to use what to find it? This one I can just count, right? It's 3.
The distance.
The distance, so if I gave you one up here and it's not nice and neat where I can count it, you would have to use the distance formula to find it. Okay, does that make sense? All right, homework problems. I want to give you guys some homework problems. Or practice problems. It's not really homework. Again, if you don't have your book, not a big deal. But if you want to practice these and get some extra practice on this, which I would like you to do, page 194 through 195. And let's do problems 15, 17, 27, 29. Sure, I have done those already. 33 and 37. Good practice problems to try. We'll go over these Tuesday. I'll finish 2.4 Tuesday, and then you guys can do your quiz. If you want to go ahead and try your quiz, you can, or you could wait.
Because I'm going to New York again.
On Tuesday?
No, I'm leaving on Saturday.
Oh, Saturday. Okay.
Yeah, I'm leaving on Saturday. I'm gonna be in New York on this.
Well, I mean, if you wanna go ahead and try the quiz, we've done, go ahead and just look at 2.4. It's on direct variation. I mean, there's notes up there too already on 2.4. Let's just go ahead and look at it. What I would do.
Because I don't know if I'm gonna actually be in class.
Okay. All right, we will see you guys. Oh, you know what? I have a quick question. And I know y'all be able to answer this because my child does it all the time. What does 6'7" mean?
So I don't exactly know what it means either, but I think it's like the height of a specific basketball player.
It is not no, it is not that. It's not 6 feet 7 inches. That is not. What does it mean?
Oh, you know, like some basketball player.
Did it?
Like talking competitive.
Oh, and so it really is about a basketball player?
Yeah.
That's who started it, and then everybody just goes up, she'll go like, 6'7", just like that. And I'm like, why? What does that mean? And why do you do that?
Very stupid.
It is very stupid. A
It also
song?
comes with
Okay,
a song, I believe, for that.
okay, interesting. Y'all do some weird stuff.
It's not.
She's
like
not,
that.
she's
It's
not.
Gen Alpha.
So like it trickles, oh, and then my first grader was doing it too. She was.
It's Gen Alpha. If
Yeah.
you see someone say it,
Do that. Well, actually, my 9-year-old told me that her teacher outlawed it in her class, and if they say it, they get like points knocked off or something. Like,
I have seen some schools just banning words in their classrooms. And
I mean, I think she's really just joking, but you know, I think I'm sure they do it a lot though. I'm sure.
Yeah, it's a lot of people.
There was something else they did.
Moved you.
Wow.
Blaze.
I'm like not, in the high schools anymore. Like I used to know all the
Slang.
slang and stuff. Now I'm not in there anymore, so I don't know it all now. But I have my nephew's in 8th grade, and then I have a niece in 10th grade, and they'll say stuff, and I'm like, what? Where did that come from? Why?
This is me.
This is me.
Cap is another one.
Cap, that's cap.
Yeah, like what does that mean?
That's, okay, so cap is basically like, false, for that's false, that's not right.
Okay.
I read a thing, I think that's more Gen Z than Gen Alpha